What's going on, guys? It's your boy Glide here, and today I'll be talking about a new Nintendo Switch exclusive game that will be coming out April 5th, and that video game is Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. Before I get any deeper into this video, I want to say like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Check out my Instagram and Twitter at GlideFRVR, same as my YouTube name. And also, I just created a Discord server, so if you guys want to join in, my link is in the description down below. It is called the Anime Gamer Collective. I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what that entails. Jump Force, One Piece World Seeker, Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, the new Yu-Gi-Oh game that's going to be coming out on Switch that was announced, and Project Z, of course, and then other games like Kill la Kill and Tokyo Ghoul. I'm going to have those games in the Discord as well. So today I just wanted to give you guys, some details on the background of Dragon Ball Heroes, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and what story you can expect in the actual game. Not going to talk too much about the gameplay. That might be a video later on that I'll touch on. But yeah, today is just going to be the background and what you can expect in the story. So Dragon Ball Heroes, it originally started in Japan as an arcade game, which is kind of crazy because not too many games nowadays start in like an arcade and then become an actual video game. That used to be a thing where like Street Fighter was originally like an arcade game and eventually became an actual console game, which is pretty cool to see nowadays. This game actually required players to collect and scan their own cards into the arcade game, which is pretty cool. I would very much would have liked that as a kid or when I was younger. But yeah, that's how Dragon Ball Heroes originated. There were also 3 previous DS games that had dropped. There were 2 Nintendo DS games, Ultimate Mission and Ultimate Mission 2, and then there was a Nintendo 3DS game, Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission X. I don't know too much about those games, but I do know those were not Western releases. There was also a promotional anime that came out last year. It's called Super Dragon Ball Heroes Universe Mission. They kind of, run with this whole mission thing, Ultimate Mission, Universe Mission, and then World Mission for this game that I'm talking about now. It was actually around the summertime that it had came out. And this promotional anime was actually, I wouldn't say it was good. It's probably the worst storyline when it comes to Dragon Ball, but I appreciated it for what it was because you got to see characters that would never ever meet each other in a canon storyline of Dragon Ball. I got to see characters like Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku. It was a very short fight, but it was cool seeing that. I got to see Golden Cooler. I got to see Broly's son in the first couple episodes. Fu, which is a character that was first introduced to us in Xenoverse 2, which is a video game, was in the anime. It's just a lot of things you get to see in that anime that you wouldn't see in a canon storyline of Dragon Ball. And if you guys, like I said, the storyline isn't the best, but I think it's worth a watch just to see stuff like that. And the episodes are super short. You can find the first season of that promotional anime on YouTube. At least that's where I watched it. I couldn't find it anywhere else. There's like 7 or 8 episodes for the first season of that promotional anime, and they're not that long. I would check it out. If you don't like it, hey, at least you tried it, All right, now that I've pretty much explained the background of Dragon Ball Heroes, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the actual story of Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. The main character for this game, his name is Beat, which is a pretty weird name. He lives in a place called Hero Town, and his goal is to be the best at Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, the game inside a game. It's kind of funny. You're playing as the character playing a game. To explain the game that they're playing in Beat's world, the game is based off of Dragon Ball characters being actual real-life heroes or legends in their world. So Goku was actually a living being at some point in time in Beat's world, and they ended up making a video game out of it, out of all the villains and heroes in their world, which is it's pretty interesting when you think about it and how that story is. But basically, Beat desired to be the best at the game so much that it magically mixed his world with the Dragon Ball Heroes video game world, and it's kind of weird because they, like I said, those characters were real life heroes in his world, but they were turned into a video game. So it's basically like they're coming back to life, and he's experiencing what may have happened back in that time, being that all the villains and heroes are back to life. The main villain for this game will actually be Silos, which is a pretty much brand new original character that was created just for this game. He apparently is the very first time patroller, and for those of you guys that have played Xenoverse or Xenoverse 2, the time patrollers are basically time police that check up on maybe time rifts, or maybe there's a villain that's messing with time or hero messing with time, and they go and fix that. With him being the very first time patroller, there has to be a time when Silos was a good guy, but I guess he just went off the path. But we'll be finding that out in the actual game on why and what was his reason on becoming evil. And that actually may be a reason to the world being combined. I'm not too sure yet, but him messing with the timeline could be a thing on why Beat's world is mixing with the Dragon Ball world, or the old Dragon Ball. It's kind of all convoluted, but it'll make sense once the game drops. So Beat basically helps all of the Dragon Ball characters by taking Silos down and all of the villains in the game by using the cards to summon all of the allies and giving them wacky transformations and abilities to take them down. It's kind of weird. I saw a clip somewhere. I may be able to show it for you guys if I can find it. But I had seen Hercule use the Final Flash, and I was like, "What in the is this?" And I just didn't think too much of it, because that's kind of what Dragon Ball Heroes is. Basically, people having wacky transformations and moves that they would never really have. You could see Jiren doing like Super Dragon Fist, Yamcha having like a legit Spirit Bomb, not a Spirit Ball. They kind of get wacky with this game. But that's pretty much all I have on the story as of right now. I hope you guys aren't too confused about that. If you have more questions, just let me know. I could probably explain it just a little bit better. And as far as the actual game, from what I've seen in my research, it has some pros and cons to it. I'm not, like I said earlier in the video, I'm not going to talk too much about the gameplay. That may be a separate video that I'll be doing, but the pros and cons that I've seen so far from gameplay and things that I've read and researched, I'm going to start with the pros. The game's going to have about, I think they said 1,160 cards total, and there may that's not including possible DLC. I'm not too sure if there will be DLC for this game, but that's a lot of cards, and those cards could be different versions of characters. Those characters span from Dragon Ball all the way to Dragon Ball Heroes. So that's Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Heroes characters. So that's a lot of characters. This game has the most characters out of any Dragon Ball game, and I'd say that's a pro for this game. That could draw people into the game. This game is also a strategic game, so it's you know, kind of gets away from the, you know, button mashing, pressing to beat somebody down. And then this game is also challenging. From what I've read, the further you get into the story, it gets really challenging. You have to know what you're doing, you know, have to know what characters to pair up with who, and you can't just go off of straight power because the cards that you have may not sync together well. So it's a lot of thinking you got to do. It adds a different element to the game compared to other Dragon Ball games that we have played over the past couple years. And just to go into cons, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. One obvious con to the game is the graphics. The graphics look like a PS2 game, and to be specific, I think this game looks like Dragon Ball Z, Budokai, like all the previous Budokais, Budokai 2, 3, Tenkaichi. It doesn't bother me that much, but just the fact that this game is coming out in 2019 and it looks like that, I just feel like it was kind of lazy on their part, and they could have done something way better. But that's not going to bother me too much, because I'm still going to get the game. And the second con that I can say is that the gameplay, it is pretty dry and boring when you go and watch gameplay. I've seen some gameplay where I'm like, man, this is kind of, you know, this is kind of boring. The only times that I thought it was pretty interesting is when I saw videos of people talking over the game, which is what I'll be doing once I get it. But just straight up gameplay with no music or people talking over it, it's super boring. I would say another con, which is my last con for this game, is that it is kind of based off of luck. There's a mechanic where, like, you guys see there's a meter going up and down, up and down. If you're attacking, if you're the person with the highest meter, your attacks are gonna be a lot stronger, and you can get off your ultimate attack if you have it. If you're on defense and your meter's higher than the other person, you're gonna cancel out their combos and their attacks and their ultimate attack if your meter is higher. So if the other person is really good at doing that, and they're on the attacking side, they're going to destroy you, and they're really good on the defensive side doing that, you're never going to get off an ultimate attack. So it's kind of lucky, and you have to be really good at something like that, which kind of sucks. So if you're not good at that, you may not see yourself winning a lot of games. But that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm still going to buy the game. One reason, because there's not a lot of Switch games that I like that are going to be coming out this year. So I figured this would be one game that I'll be buying. 2, it's Dragon Ball. I know that's kind of sad, like you're just going to buy any and everything Dragon Ball. Yes, I am, and you guys can kiss my ass. And 3, I just wanted something different. I just wanted something different. I actually do like playing strategic games every once in a while. But it'll be something different to play when I'm just chilling at home and I don't feel like getting on PlayStation 4. So it'll be something different for me to play. And I want to know if you guys are gonna get this. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? And like I said, you guys, I'm pretty sure 90% of the Dragon Ball community are not gonna get the game, and I'm pretty sure 99.99% of people that aren't into Dragon Ball are gonna get this game. So I'm not gonna be mad if you guys don't like it. Just let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did I change your mind on something? Do you want something to be explained a little bit better? Just let me know. Leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been your boy Glide, and I'll see you on the next video.